Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to be illuminating our designs with our wonderful Luminaire. So for this, I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to add background quilting to any design. We're going to start off with the built-in design, just anyone, Mickey Mouse for Arlen maybe, just one that's going to fit into my 8x8 hoop that I have selected here. Let's try this one. And yeah, that'll do. It could be a little bit bigger. If you wanted to choose another one, you don't have to go back out or delete anything. You can just pick another one. See, that's really small. You see the size up here, so that's less than 2x2. So we do want something a little bit bigger. Let's see, these are probably too big. What cute designs we have though, isn't it? How about that one? That will do just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and set it. And then before we go into embroidery mode, I'm going to go to edit. And this is where all the magic happens. So there's a few ways of doing it. The easiest is just going to here where it has stippling. And it takes you into another screen that's going to think about it because it is set to the biggest hoop. So I am going to move it to the 8x8 because that just happens to be the size that I work on. 6x6 would work too. Awesome. 7x14. Let's go. One more. I thought it was shorter going this way instead of that way. And there it is, just like that. However, there's more we can do with it. So let's go to select up here at the top. We have lots of options. Now look at all the designs that you can add. And this is one of my favorite. I just love how it stitches out, as well as this one. A lot of them are new to me. Oh, this one's gorgeous. Let's try this one. So I'm just going to select and then go to OK, and it's going to fill it in. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Now, the distance here, what this means is the distance from your design. If you want a little space, I'm going to click it a couple times. It's going to think about it because it's kind of complicated, but it's going to leave more of a space from your design to the quilting. Let's see if we can get it a little better there. You can start to see the lines here that are going around it. I'll zoom right in, you can see it. So the next on our list is size. So you can make the size of the background. Now we're only talking background in this screen. You can make it bigger or smaller. So if you wanted bigger circles, that's how you do it. Now that shows the line a little bit better, and I quite like that. So let's go to the little flower here because we're going to try something new. I really do like this. Let's try this. You ready? It is echo stitching. Just like that, echo stitching, which is sometimes a little difficult to do, but now you can see the distance. So if I want it right up to the Mickey, I'm going to click it back down there. So let's see how that looks. Yep, isn't that awesome? It just adds a few lines, so you can play around with it quite a bit. Now there is a third option, and it's the spacing in between the echoes. So if you want them to be further apart for, say, a different effect, then you can go ahead and click the plus sign. And I think that looks great. I love it. So it's easy. Pick your hoop size, pick your distance from the design, and then the spacing. So we have one more option here, and we're going to go to stippling. So you again can play around with the distance from the design to the background, and then you can play around with the spacing of the stipple stitch. So it has to think about it a little bit, so be more patient than I am. See, that's so much bigger, but how cute is that? It's super easy to do. So, okay, let's go back to our echo stitch just the way I have it set up, except for I'm gonna move the spacing down a little bit, just a little bit. I like them a little bit closer, and maybe even closer than that. I can't remember what the default is, but we'll go. Let's see how this looks. Just be patient, has to think about it. That's fine the way it is. So we're going to click on OK. And then there's a lot of other things you can do at this point. You can move, rotate, you can do a whole bunch of things. We'll get into those later. I want to show you a quick little trick. When you go to embroidery, which means you're ready to start stitching, you might get a little stumped here because it's not here. And if we scroll up here, we can see it's blue stitching. It's right here at the end. And the stippling, you can do it at the end, but it might be a little bit better to do it at first to get your fabric held down. So there's a long way and a short way. So you can go advance, and you can use these to go through all the colors till you get what you want. Or when you're at the first one, you can click the up arrow, which takes you right to the end and our stippling. And it's super easy because it's going to stitch this and it's going to tell you the design is done. And then it'll just start again. It'll say design is finished. You click OK. You're still in embroidery mode. And then you can stitch the first part. Just make sure you don't restitch the echo stitching at the end, and that's fine. Now, you can do this with any design that you have. It does not have to be a built-in one. So let's go to my pocket. And I'll pick this. This is from the Dime Small Town Charm, and this is Souville's City Hall because I gotta be me. And this is one that I've transferred from my computer to the embroidery machine. And I'm gonna go set, and there we go. It's super cute. But let's go to edit. And we're going to go here to the quilting, and I'm going to click on that. And this will have to think a little bit. Now it's big hoop, so we're going to let it think a little bit more. I can make the hoop smaller, so I can do that. Look how beautifully it did the echo stitching. I left it on echo stitching, but look how beautifully it did that. It is just about perfect. So it works on anything, but let's fix this one up a little better. This is the 10.5 by 10.5. Let's see how that fits around. And a lot of extra stuff in it, of course. Again, this is a bigger project, so we have to let it think a little bit more. I think that looks great for the echo stitching. So we can go ahead here and look at the stippling. That looks beautiful. So easy to do. And let's try the fancy ones. Isn't that cute? That almost looks like a swirly evening. So let's go to select, and I'll go a little bit slower through our stuff here. Which one would look good? Any of them? We could go simple. We could go simple, like the hexagons, which I love. Triangles there. What can we do? How about we try this one? This one looks kind of different. And give it a minute to think. And I think that looks amazing. I would do it, if I had a black background, I would do it in a really dark gray, just enough so it would show up. I could sit and play with this all day. It is really a lot of fun. Fish, I think that's cute. Let's try this one. This one's pretty elaborate, but it does everything. Oh, I like that. That's kind of neat. So we can do the distance around, and it'll probably show up a little bit better on this one. Well, we have to do it more than that. So I'm just going to press and hold and see if we can't get a big difference. I kind of like the way it went around the bats, though. But you see, there, that's perfect. A little outline around each thing. You can see it here on the moon and the Souville and the bat. So I actually like that a whole lot better. The distance was 0.036 inches, and that works perfectly for that. Now let's play with size and see. And we're gonna have to let it think just a little bit. I only put it up 15%, but that's looking good. Let's try a little bit more, and then it can think about it. Yeah, that's even better. I quite like that. And now you can see the designs even better. So let's go to click OK. And up here is your magnifier. And let's go say 200%. Now you can really see it. Isn't that cool? So that space is just perfect. I really like it. And it does a great job of going around my designs. So I think this is a big time saver, and I think it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to easily add quilting into any design that you bring into your machine. The built-in ones are fantastic, but you don't have to use them. This is something I made, Dime made it, and it's one of my favorites. I could delete it, but I don't think I will. And then when you're ready to go, we go over to embroidery. And again, there's a lot of changes on this one. So you really don't want to be going through all of those. So let's go here, and we're gonna, this is the first step, and we're gonna roll it around, I call it, to the last step. And you can see everything is cut out beautifully. So I would go ahead and stitch out the background, and then I would finish and start again, and we'd start right there, which is the applique at the bottom. So make sure you add quilting stitches to anything that you want in just about any size that you want, and you can customize them right here on the machine. I think it's a lot of fun, and for this, I think it does just as good as a job as the software, whatever software you have. And it's right here. So you can sit and play with what you want, get some designs going on, and it's awesome. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys will add and play around with your machines. A lot of the machines have this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.